Hello guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to set up um, your configuration before you can start building Alexa Clone in Node.js, Next.js, and Arduino, which is ESP32 code your project. So first thing you need to do is you have to install Node.js by going to node.org/an/down/current. I'll put the links, I'll put all those links in the description below. So you download the one for your PC. Then you install Git. So Git is necessary for you to connect to GitHub and to all the necessary terminal workloads. So you need this, and also VS Code, which is I'll be using in today's code. So once you have all this installed, you're good to go in the next session. We'll start preparing our coding environment. In case you don't know, this is what we'll be using today. This is what we'll be using in today's for our front-end development. So we'll be using Next.js, right? I don't know if you're aware of Next.js, it's used by Parcel. So that's what we'll be using to build our front-end framework. So it's a framework of React.js, right? It's built on it and makes it more secured, faster, caching, and other good things. So that's what we'll be using Next.js, and for our backend we'll be using Node.js Express. So stay tuned. I'll see you in the next session. Alright guys, so start setting up after downloading the Node.js, Git bash and VS Code. So we have to set up a coding environment. So all those content have to do is set up a new file, call it whatever you want to call it. So let's call it Alexa YouTube, right? Just edit it. Alexa YouTube, right? So we open the folder and then we open it with VS Code. So you could do this way, also use your terminal to do that, but I'll be doing it this way. Alright, so open your terminal below, which is clicking this button here to open the terminal, or you can go to view and click on the terminal and then to pop up. I say click on view, click on terminal to pop up. So we are at our directory, which is empty for now. Look at it, it's empty for now. So I want to set up a Next.js project. You click on npx. When you install Node.js, npx installs with it, so you don't need to install this anymore. npm install with it, so you don't need to install it anymore. So npx creates next app at latest. So you click on /. This now will create the file inside your home directory. But let me show you something real quick. Where I got this code from is from, we go to documentation and we go to installation. So that's where I got the code I'm using now. So you can see I'm using npm. So we switch to npm. You see npx create next app at latest. You see, right? So let's put it side by side. Alright, npx create next app at latest. Cool. So we run the code. So it will ask us some questions, right? It will ask us some questions. So we're going to answer it step by step together. So give it some time. Alright, so click on enter to proceed. So it will ask, do you want to use TypeScript? Yes. Do you want to use linter? I don't really want to that. Do you want to use CSS for styling? Yes. Do you want source directory? No. Do you want app router? Yes. To go back, let's just use it here. No. Then that's all for Next.js configuration. As you see all this file created for you, then to install all the dependencies you need. You could see all these dependencies that was asking me then. So to install everything for you, then you can now run the code. So the first thing you will see when it's done installing everything inside the node, this will also going to open, and you'll see this code when I run it. So let's give it a few minutes for it to spin up. Alright, perfect. It's done installing. So let's clear the terminal and then run npm run there. So where did I get this code from? If you go to your package.json, you see the script there. So I'm just running that script. So it will start the code. So if you run it now, give it a few minutes to spin up. Yeah, localhost. So let's go to our browser, or just control click to open it in your browser. So localhost 3000. You see this code in your page.tsx. Right, so that is your home page, which you can see here. That is your home page. So this is what we're going to start working.
Alright guys, let's check out the layout.txs page where we contain all the codes in it. So we have the HTML and we have the language, we have body, and then we have children. Children is where all our code we're going to write today will go in. Then so let's change the header code from create next app to Alexa YouTube. So one good thing about Next.js is that when you save the code, it automatically refreshes the page, which makes it appear in real time. So that's one of the good features about Next.js.
So guys, we need to install some packages, right? That will make our work go a way smoother. So right here, we have to install this. So we have to write npm install at redux this, all this. This are what we need to install, right? So I'll drop this in my GitHub repo, so you could just copy this and paste it there and then install all this. I don't want to type them down. So just install this. We'll be needing them for our build, right? To help us build faster. Here, because we're trying to make use of upright, axio, class brand authority, CLSX, so we have PDF.js, other things. Some of which So we're done installing. Cool. So just clear your terminal and then run npm run dev again to make sure everything is good. To make sure we're good. So let's see a few minutes to spin up. Yeah. So everything is good. So it's compiling the home page. So what we just need to do now is to create some folders for our file. So on our home, let's component folder. This we need. Then in our home page, it's in our page.csx inside the app router. We need to clear everything here so we can start fresh. So we'll be doing everything from the bottom up. So hello world. So that is it. So it will refresh and this will change instantly. Then let's go to our global.css. Right, we don't want this black background.
So we have to copy the code in the body and then we have to remove that. So that's really we can make our background white because that will be needed for our code. So that's cool. On our next video, we are going to work on the page.txx, which is where we're going to display our home page screens.
So guys, let's dive into the code. So the first thing we need to do is we have to set this as a client component, right? We can work Normally you shouldn't do this, but I just want to get this going. So now we import use state and use effect from React. Right. So here we'll be using some states. We have mounted as first, then we have active state again, then we have active as 0. So call it active, call it active card, or let us call it active card. So you'll understand why I'm using this in a bit. Then also call our use effects. So for those of you who don't know, use state is like we use use state to store data temporarily, to track states of what is happening in the system. Right, because we use state. This can change to true, can change to false by using this function here, the setter function. Same as this card can change from 0 to whatever number you want, and then back to number using this function here. So, but it cannot change this to another data type. It must be number, and this must be boolean. That's very important. This effect is used to run code, right? When the system mounts, like example now, we set when the browser mounts, or when the browser loads up, we have to set this to true. So if we set it to true, what we essentially doing, auto rotate the cards. So this is necessary. Auto rotate the cards, right, when the system loads. So const interval is equals to set interval, and then it's a callback function, right? But we're not using anything, right? We're not putting anything there as parameters. So we set active cards to the previous value, right? Take the previous value of the active card, then we'll add it by 1. Then when we add it by 1, we'll multiply, we'll find the modulo of it, meaning let's take this right now. Let me explain what I'm doing. So find the modulo of it is in this. So I won't divide by this modulo, will take the remainder, right? So it's very important to do this. You'll see the reason why I'm doing this in a bit. Then we'll give it a 3 seconds delay. Let's do it for 4 seconds delay, and then clean everything up. Then we'll clear the interval. Pass out the interval. So that is all for this use effects, right? So you save your code. It's not going to do any changes for now. We're just setting this up. So create our features. Features should be an array of objects, right? So the first thing we're looking for is have the icon. I'll put the icon there too. We have the title, we have description, and that's necessary. That's it for these features. So you could just copy and paste this over and over and over again, but I don't start doing that for all the features we have, so I will just copy it from my original code, then I'll paste it here. So title, voice reading, description, icon, title, description. You could see these are all the features we have. So what you could do that, you could take this feature out of this file and put it in constant. Say constant features.ts. So come here, cut this out, go to constant, export, then export this nigga here. So when you export it, you can import it from that file. Right, so you do from import features from this file at constant slash features. So we still have this feature set, so to make our code look more clean. So we good. So let's start making changes now. So you can reflect here. All right. We have the difficult parts started out, but this will be a lot of code we're going to write. So first of all, let's start with giving our class so min height of screen. Right. So now you're essentially telling page to use the screen as the minimum height. So you set a relative overflow hidden page gradient to bottom right. So we have from rows 100 via, I'll explain what this code does next, or you actually say it yourself, till 50 to violet 100. So if I save this code now, you can see the color contrast is bringing out. So set from this to this, you can see on bottom right. So that is what the code is doing, basically giving me some unique colors on the page. So now put another div inside. Div is like a container, in case you don't know, that contains everything you need platform. So absolute is that we want it to be absolute to the screen, absolute to this parent. Yeah, absolute to this parent, because this parent is relative. But if we remove this relative to be absolute to the screen, the overflow hidden is that anything that is overflowing from the screen should be hidden so that it won't really stop. Right. So insert zero, very important. Then remember, we have a state mounted, right? If you could remember the state here. So now we are going to use it. So if mounted is true, right? So we have an array dot. So we are spreading the array. Array of 20, because we want to bring out 20 boxes, right? Then we'll map over it. We're not making use of the first thing, just in the index, right? So let's just turn here. So call a div inside of here. So we give you a key. There's something React done, like when you having a list, you should always have a key. So we're using the index now as a key. So we give it a class of absolute rounded full opacity 20 and animate floats. Float. So this is what we're using here. Then give it a style. So I'm giving it a width. Now we're gonna do some maths here. So we have backtick, $sign on this. So we have 60 minus math.random, right? Then we'll multiply that by 120 pixels. Then we do the same for the height. Backtick $sign 60 plus, sorry, not minus, let's use plus max, that's random, multiplied by 120, then we have pixel, and then the next thing is the left. Remember, because we're using absolute positioning, so we need to align the left and align the right. So bring up our dollar sign. So math.random 2 times 100. So percentage head. So do the same thing for top. So this is basically what we need to do, right? I save the code now. You can already see some flying bubbles everywhere. So they are changing. They're always changing. So like this is this. So this is the code that does that, right? So we align the left, align the height, the left, align the top. Then the background is in linear gradients, right? So 135 degrees, and then we have the colors, multiple colors it can pick from, right? So math random times 5, exactly the same thing. Then we animate it with the animation and direction to animation. So you can see different shapes flying around. Page to make sure the page look unique and fine. I know you've seen something like this before. Probably you might have, but so this is what we're aiming at. So yeah, essentially we've done this basic styling. So under this div, have our main section around. So quality, I'll give it class name of relative z10, mean height of screen. Mean height of screen, flex code, items, center, and padding X of 4, or padding Y of 12. And this is essentially giving us space. So this is for navigation. So this is our navigation setting now. So I'll have a div, I'll give it a class name. So a class name of absolute top of 8, right of 8, z of 20. So z essentially is stacking. So which one will be above which one? So that is what z index means. So animate fade in. Fade in up, and then initially to be hidden, and then at large screen should appear. So in medium screen to be hidden, at large screen to appear. So inside of it we have another div with class name, flex, items, center, and space X of 4. Then call anchor tag A, or we could also use link using Next.js. Let's use this as well, but let's use A as an anchor tag. So this A now will take us to all, right? And then I have to give it styling. So class name of, let's take this down. So it's more visible. So a class name of text gray 600. Text grid 600. When you hover on it, I want the text to darken, so text grid 800. To font medium, transition color, to add a little animation to the color, and duration 300. So inside the anchor tag, we have our signing. So save and bring this back. It won't appear because of this hidden, but if I take out this line here, I say there. So it's hidden for now. But on the bigger screen, you can see it here. See the little animation. Cool. So let's move to the next one. So the next anchor tag, we have auth as well. So it's basically almost the same thing. So you could just copy the style. Put the same here. But the text here will be sign up. Sign up. Alright. So because of the hidden tone shortcut, I'll show you guys how it appears. So side by side. Cool. So let's move to the next one. We'll change it to getting started. So it looks like you get started. I feel that is better. So under this div, navigation div, have another div. This div now will be our header. Cool. So we have a class name of text center, sorry. Text center, adding button 15. Animate fade up, fade in. Cool. So it should come from the top. So div. Div inside of it, and give it a class name inline flex item center and space x of 3 and margin bottom of 6. Now in case you're wondering how I'm getting those ItaliCents, is from this. You have to install an extension called Tailwind. To install Tailwind CSS ItaliCents here from this extension box, so you can get in those shortcuts or autocomplete features in your code. Yeah, so that's basically it for this div. So create another div inside of it. So this div now have a class name of width of 12. So we want to create our logo now. Height of 12, rounded to Excel, BG gradients to bottom right. Okay, so we have from pink 400 to violet to violet 500. The flex items center, justify center, and shadow LG. So we want to cast shadow. So inside of it we have a span. So this way we have a span, so you can see what I just draw now, which is this lovely box here. We have a span that has a class name, text white, text Excel, so extra large, and font bold. So we have so you can see, so we'll just call it A, since we're doing Alexa. But our own Alexa won't be just general purpose Alexa or channels or something. Cool. So now we have our H1. Our H1 will have a class name of X3XL and font light. Then text gray of 800. Text gray of 800 and tracking wide. So inside of it we have Alexa YouTube. So you save Alexa YouTube. So I don't like this font, so we have to go change it. So you take out this out of here. Take out this. Take out this. So save. Take out this. Just import pins from Google Fonts. So let's give it a minute. So next font.
Next font Google. So that's how we set our font. So now we have to call on the font class and then set the weight and the preload feature. So we have const preload poppins is equals to poppins. Then we open bracket and then we open an object, just curly bracket, and then we set the weight. So I love using from 500 to 800 weight, so that my bold will be the 800 and then my normal light or very light or extra light will be 500. So that's what I like to set. So we'll set 500, 600, 700 and 800 as well. And also we'll set the preload feature to false, which we'll do in a bit. So after selecting poppins, you click on poppins.class name, so that will make it take effect on the page itself. So every font I will be using will always be poppins, so every text will add the screen poppins, so you can see it take effect now.
Read it. This is better. Leave. So under this leave, come down. We have a H2. H2 that says your person. Class name, text 5XL, at medium text 2XL, 7XL, then font extra light, font extra light, text gray, text gray 9. Leading types, margin button 6. So you see your price now. You have the break here, and then have expand. And so let us press all these side. So expand as class name of region gradient to right. Cool. So from pink, right from that to violet to tail and bridge deep text transparent, text transparent, the font light. Light. Inside of it, we are going to have document assistant. So this is just made. Cool. Document assistant. Cool. So below the H2, we have a paragraph tag. This you have a paragraph tag. So class name, text Excel, text grade of 600, max width of 2 Excel, and next upload, font light, reading relaxed. Technically, we going to have experience. Future. Documents interaction. It's our polygons. Voice. Forward. Strikes. So, up ahead. So, still.
So guys, I don't want this video to be too long and boring, so I'm going to be copying most of the code for the design side into this page so that everything will be smooth and fast. And when it comes to functionality, that's when I'll start coding along so you guys can see how it's done.
Here now is the authentication button which we created before. So this one now, you see, you can see it here, sign up and get started, right? So we have flex, item center, justify center, margin top, animate fading up, LG hidden. So in the wider screen it should be hidden because you have this and this here, right? Cool. So cool. So inside of it we have flex, item center, space X4, and then space horizontal 4. We have text gray over. When you hover the text, this it should become darker. Then we have font medium, transition color, and duration 300, which is delay in color changing. Primary you see it to go faster. Then we have BG gray and other things, right? BG gradient, which is the gradient from pink, right? We have violet, right? So violet, sorry. So text white and everything in here. So if I expand this for you to see, you could see everything written here, so nothing much, just styling. Cool. So let's move to more styling. So guys, let's move to next. So under this header here, we're going to next thing. So this now is floating pictures card, right? So you have grid. At medium it should be column of 3, gap 8, max width of 6 Excel, MX Auto, and margin bottom of 16, right? So we have features, which is our features we imported from here, right? All the features here. So we map it and take the feature and the index. So the key obviously the index, right? So you group, relative, transform, transition, or duration 700, scale. When you hover on it, you should scale to 105. Then active card is the index which you're hovering on. So let me show you what this looks like and then I'll explain it. As you can see, if I hover on this, it scales. I take it out, it's no longer active, right? So if I go back to this, you can see if I hover on it, it scales. If I hover on this, it scales. If I hover on this, it scales. So that is basically what the styling does, right? So you have a sweet card now, which you could use to work. So in case you want to type the code as you're seeing on screen, so this is the code from here to here, I believe. Yeah. So that is it. So let's move to the next session. So guys, let's work on a new session, right? Interactive demo section. So this is a new session, right? So interactive demo section, what this basically do is try voice command, all the things you can do, right? Then it's your simple examples text you could try. So if I save this code, you see this is how it is. So this is it. So try voice command, speak naturally to interactive document. Then this is what you can tell it. So if I open this, you can see it's not basically not a long code, it's just some snippets. So width full, max width 4XL, MX Auto, and margin bottom of 16, relative, backdrop below, BX 2X. So let me show you this backdrop. If you can see this backdrop here, so you can see rounded 3XL, padding 12, and shadow to Excel. So that is it. Then that is this is the shadow, and you can see the backdrop there. So if you go here, you see text center, margin bottom 8, text to Excel, font slides, text gray 800, and margin bottom of 4. So you can have your H2 inside, which is try voice command. You have speak naturally to interact with the document, all inside the same div, right? Then text visualizer, this thing here you're seeing, so it changes. So this is exactly what's causing it. Then we have grid at call should be 2, which is medium, then gap 6. So let's just see, let's expand. We can see it is 2 for medium screen and above, but from a single screen it should be 1. Going to be responsive and do mobile first before anything else. So that is what you're seeing here. Server content will loop over this text, then we'll display them. Obviously, we have to take this out of this place and then call it, and we are calling the features and loop over it. I'm trying not to be lazy. So great, let's work on pricing section. So this place will be long, a bit long. So we have the right. So we have this last name. It's full. Max 7XL. Alright, so next to so on. So to bring this out, you can see. So choose your experience, flexible plan for every need. So you see what this code does. So you can see everything. So we have text center, margin bottom 12, and the fade in and up. We have text 14 Excel, at medium screen text 5 Excel, font extra light, text grade 900, and margin bottom 4. So choose your experience. This experience now we have to take it text gradient, BG gradient to right. So which is what you're seeing here. So to make it catchy to the eye. Then we have all this flexible, so it does simple code. Let's copy and paste. So let's get it. Under this place, we just have a margin of 16. So after this div here, we have another div. So this will be grade at medium. We have grade code. 3 right, and then we have gap of 8. So we have our first plan here, so I want to type it. So this is our starter plan, right? Our starter plan. So we have group, relative, transform, transition, direction 7, and over scale 1 to 5. So inside of it we have a div, right? Instead of it, we have a div, we have relative, background, blur, Excel, BG white with 30 transparency, border white with 20 transparency, or opacity. You can say rounded to Excel, padding 8, shadow to Excel, overshadow to Excel, transition or direction 500. Cool. So inside of it, we have 2 divs. So we have absolute, insert 0, rounded to Excel, BG gradients to arrow, from pink 30, opacity of 30, arrows 300, opacity of 30 as well. So all this, so inside of this we have a div, right? Then inside of this, so this is when we want to start. It starts relative z index, then text center, margin bottom 8, text for Excel, margin bottom of 4. So we have our startup plan, effect for individuals to $29. So $29 per month, yeah. So we have all the features. Do with it, then get started. So if I save this, then scroll down to see the sweet card. Beautiful looking card, right? So this now the first one, so I'll just copy the rest in. So we just we could duplicate this, of course, to get the other cards. Just the color will be a bit different for the other cards. So I'll just copy in other cards, right, to make it work faster. So guys, this is the startup plan. So let me put in the other plans. Alright, so we have so guys, this is the startup plan. So let me put in other plans. We have pro plan and enterprise plan, right? So it's essentially the same thing. Let's save this. Let's see. This is pro plan, this is enterprise plan. So I just have to give it a space. So space 1, 5, 6, 5. Space here. So if I have space here, so go and see it basically almost the same thing, just different color. Right, cool. So let me open this for you guys to see the code. So this is for enterprise plan, sorry, pro plan. I mean, so you can see group, see those are the colors are different, right? So go back to enterprise plan. So what you want to do with it. So cool. All right, so let's head back to enterprise plan. So you can see enterprise plan, they're all the same setting same code, just different colors. So you could even choose color you choice. So you can see. So like that, not too complicated. So everything is there for you. So now let's keep going. Let's keep going strong. So guys, under this the go down at this, so this is pricing. So all plans include 14 days to try that. A set of feeds, cancel anytime you want, secure, blah blah blah. So if you open them, so you can see this. Getting stable. Alright, so this guy will be the speed developer. So it's in this guy. So developer. Secure you. Cool. So that just wants to report action section. So I'm gonna below this. Just go and put this here. So just go. So report action section. So it basically does have push it down and then. So this is what the code does. So it says text center animate fade in up 5. It's a link that takes you to the port. So get early access to group relative inline flex item space x3 background gradients to right from pink 500 via violet 500 tail 500 xy starting x 12 padding y4 rounded to 2 text pg font medium shadow to xl. But this is about transitions, right? So get early access with 6 height 6 rounded full PGY 20 blend item center display center group over rotate and play transition transform duration different. So just to start I think so that's when we do this transform transition to just get it. So guys, we're done with the home page, right? We're not done, right? We're done with this session, so let's just go add the footer section to the last session for this. So under the pricing, come down. Let's check something. Main, yeah, alright. So this should change to main. Change this to main. Let's do it with SEO. So under the main, this footer action, right? So class name. So this is the basic, essentially what it is, right? So just an up button that takes you to the up. Basically, I was trying to make this customer care platform, customer care button, right? But that's like take it to the bottom. The picture will have that. So guys, I want us to have some keyframes in this build. So I am gonna put this on the head. So now styling, right? Concept styling. So keyframes, I see the animation now. So let's go back and just refresh this page and see what keyframe. Just keyframes are just how they're doing. So if I refresh the page, look at that. Okay, it's this one. I think this is what the keyframes are doing. this is the information. So that's what the keyframes are there. So in case you want to see keyframe code, so you just style JXS down. This now you could move to your global.css. Come over here. But I just want to keep it here. I'm done with this page. So we're done with this page. So the next thing we're going to do is the on page. So that when we look on get started, take us to the first page. Alright. It's been Next.js, it will have to compile that page. But of course it's not found. So let's just add the page now. So click on auth page.txt. So here, what you just have to do now is what you want to do is just write REFC, then click this. So it's created page round for you. So let me save it. So I've saved this to compile the page now. Give us hot routes. So cool. So we have our hot route. So this is what we'll be doing next. So that